I lost my son. He died. He passed at the age of 15. So he was diagnosed with cancer at the age of 13. How many people know what cancer is? So he was diagnosed with cancer at the age of 13. He came home one day and his leg was hurting. And he told me, he said, Daddy, he said, my leg is hurting. And I don't know if y'all still today have ISET testing. But back in the day, they had, and when you were in 7th grade, you have ISET testing, which qualifies you to what high school you can go to. So your grades in 7th grade determine your qualification for high school. So that's what it was called back then. So I took him to the hospital, which is where his doctor worked, and the doctor took an x-ray of his leg, and a day later she called me. She said, it looked like your son has cancer. It was a tumor. Everybody know what a tumor is?
Yup.
Okay. So for those who don't know what a tumor is, it's basically when cells grow abnormally, the cells create what's called cancer or a tumor. The tumor wraps around the disease or the sickness. That's the way our bodies are made. So sometimes you'll get pimples and bumps and lumps, and when you bust it, it's pus inside of it. So the bump is meant to protect you, right? So he had a tumor inside of his leg. So eventually they cut the bone within his leg and took the tumor out and put a metal piece in place of the bone. So he started getting better. We were happy. He lost his hair because, you know, when you have cancer, you take the medicine called chemotherapy. Anybody know what chemotherapy is?
Yep.
So chemotherapy not only kills bad cells, but it kills good cells too. So that's why people lose their hair. So he lost his eyebrows, he lost his hair, he lost a lot of weight. He used to always tell me, it feel like I got a metal taste in my mouth. So the medicine gives you that type of feeling. So eventually the cancer came back, but it wasn't in his leg that time. When it came back, it was in his lungs. You know, your lungs is what helps you to breathe. So eventually he got to the point where he couldn't breathe. He had to be on an oxygen machine. And on September the 3rd, 2008, I lost my 15-year-old son to cancer. So that's the poem that I want to share with you all today. That and some other things that happened to me in my life, because I was angry with God for a while. And we wasn't on speaking terms. Oh, I ain't even want to talk to God. I was like, why would you do this to me? Out of all these people you could have chose from, the people out there shooting people and killing people and robbing people, you choose my 15-year-old son. So this is called EGO. Somebody say EGO.
EGO.
It's an acronym that stands for Easing God Out. Everybody know what an acronym is?
Yeah.
It stands for Easing God Out. Hey God, where you at? I've been looking for you. Seems like you've been avoiding me or something. And I've been searching for you for years with no answer, just anticipation. And I've been going through this transformation, but every time I call on you, God, it's like I get put on hold. And they say that you hear all and that you see all, but seems like you ain't never available, God, when I call. See, y'all, I remember it was January 91. I had just left Simeon's Martin Luther King ceremony speaking. I wasn't feeling too well that day, but little did I know that all the while, my appendix had been leaking. And where were you, God? Just what I thought, nowhere to be found. And if it wasn't for my son's mother convincing me to go to St. Bernard's that night, Black Ice wouldn't be here with you at this school right now. And where were you at, God, that morning when I went to work, and when I got to 123rd and Kedzie, right by the cemetery, this lady ran the light. The last thing I saw was headlights. A 3-car collision that almost took my life, but where were you, God? And where were you at, God, when my mother was stricken with cervical cancer? She's been going to the Kingdom Hall serving him since before I was born, and we both called on you, and you still didn't answer. Come on, God, this is my mother. Tell me, is this how you treat all your sons and your daughters? And where were you at, God, that day my son died? I sat there at the University of Chicago hospital, and I watched them come back twice. You could have intervened. You could have saved his life, but where were you, God? And where were you at, God, when Okay, my son, I've heard enough. Now I know that times for you have been rough, but son, where's your faith? Seems like you only seek my face when you need me, for I am a full-time God, my son. Do you really believe in me? Well, if so, then you would know that I am the creator of the universe. All that you see from the highest heights of heaven to what you have discovered beneath the earth. See, I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I am the God of Moses, Lot, and David. I am the one who made Solomon wise. I put Noah in the ark before the waters could rise. I gave Samson the strength to destroy the Philistines with no eyes. I am that smooth stone that David slung that smote Goliath in the head. The cracks that crumble the walls of Jericho, the same one that rose Lazarus from the dead. I am the blood of the lamb of the doorpost that kept the children of Israel safe from harm. Even the staff in Moses' right arm, and he gave me the power to split the Red Sea in half. Shall I go on? And I know your son's gone. But his body was sick, so I relieved him of his pain and I called him home. And yet and still I stayed by your side. All those moments that you felt alone, yet you still rejected my truth. If you only could have put your ego to the side and listened to all those whom I sent to you. But it's the truth that counts. And in this case, my ego just wasn't my ego. But my ego was easing God out. That's right. Let me ask you all, anybody got any questions about that poem? Now, you wanted me to share something personal. You said, Black Ice, I want you to share. You did that. You did it. She said, I want you to share something personal. So we have any questions about the poem, about any part of the poem? And the reason why I'm asking is because the poem is my story, but I want you to look at other things that were in the poem. I want you to look at the way I wrote it. I want you to look at how I started it. I want you to look at where I got when I was in the middle of it. And who saw the switch in the poem? Okay, I'm going to take you first.
You switched from talking to God talking to you.
That's what I'm talking about. What's your name?
Micah.
Micah, give it up for Micah.
The details about the switch, you started when you was saying about all the bad stuff that happened to you in your life, about your mom and your son, and then you switched to God's POV and giving you reasons and benefits on what happened, on the things that happened after he did those things.
What's your name?
Terrell.
Give it up for Terrell, yeah.